Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls. If you've seen the previous two episodes, you'll notice that I am once again in a different suit of gear. It's a bit more than that, actually. This is not the same Cleric from the previous two episodes. It is another Cleric. Because I intend on putting the recordings of these streams up on a YouTube channel, I was recording locally and unfortunately I had the settings screwed up. And the local quality video was terrible and not usable. So I simply made a new Cleric, replayed just the stuff that was covered in the previous two streams. So we're just about exactly where we were. We've just killed the Gaping Dragon. I have a bunch of souls to spend. And while I was down there killing the Gaping Dragon, I found a green Titanite shard and a couple of large ones. The other big differences on this character is I was able to get the Gargoyle Helm, and I've got a different suit of armor. Beyond that, I mean, it's more or less the same. The level points may be spent slightly differently, but largely it's the same. So the first thing we're going to do today is use those two large shards, and then go get the Divine Ember. I will almost certainly spend some, if not most, of that 33,000 experience before fighting the boss, the Divine Ember. It's not a particularly challenging boss, but I mean, I've been killed by it before. I say it's not challenging, this is Dark Souls. Everything has an element of challenge. I mean, heck, I've died here just farming gear. Sorry about that. I should probably mute some of my devices when I start streaming in the future. That's weird. The stream appears to be lagging a bit. By a bit, I mean quite a lot. Appears to have more or less caught up. Hopefully that won't continue. That'll be annoying if it does. I am not entirely certain I've kindled this bonfire. I think I have. Apparently I haven't. This is a pretty good bonfire to kindle for when we go that direction. That is a very, very dangerous place. I'm gonna try and keep an eye on the stream while I play. Hopefully it won't lag too often.
Ah, why, that's a fine ember you have there. I could smith some mighty weapons with one of those. Why not lend it to me?
The stream appears to be misbehaving a bit. So, you always get this yes-no option when it comes to giving this guy new embers. Just always say yes. There's literally no reason to keep the ember. You cannot do anything with it.
Magnificent! You won't be disappointed. I can hardly wait to get started.
Oh, I am going to modify my... Oh, no, not the claymore. That would be bad. Modified my shield into a +6 shield. And then my bow into a +6 bow. I could take the bow and make it divine as well, But I have another plan for that we'll see later on.
Don't get yourself killed.
This is a Titanite demon. We don't have to fight him. We'll eventually need the thing it drops, and it doesn't respawn, so once I kill it, it's gone. I'll worry about that thing later. It is actually kind of difficult for me to see here. Lots of greens. A lot of the things sort of blend in together. That leads to a fun place too, that will eventually go. Ah, yeah, so I've got one coming, and that little bush right just above my helmet is another one. Oh, it was trying to grab me too. Woohoo, hey, get up. Think I'm clear to the bonfire now? Yes, I am. Okay. This game has, much like a lot of really old games, lots of hidden areas. I'm also going to kindle this bonfire just because I don't really have anything else to do with the humanity right now, so I might as well. This door, by the way, in addition to leading to a boss that you have to kill in order to finish the game, also leads into a major PvP area if you happen to be playing online. We're not playing online, so when we do go through there, we won't get jumped by all kinds of players looking to do PvP. That item, it's a soul item, gets you some experience essentially. There are 4 of those plant creatures in there. It's not worth the hassle of picking it up, because once you pick it up, they're always active any other time you come through here. But if you leave it on the ground, they remain inactive. So there are a couple of interesting things in this area, including a suit of armor that may or may not use, I don't know. A couple of interesting enemies in this area too. I just walked past a plant creature and it's coming up behind me. That thing on the tree there, those aren't vines or anything like that. That's a creature. Relatively dangerous one, except they're fairly weak. I think they can poison you or infect you with something. I don't remember what exactly. I'm at the point where my Stora's straight sword is a little behind the curve for the enemies I'm fighting, so that gigantic dead guy that's not dead is in fact just a stone golem lying down for some reason. That's probably going to take a few hits. Here's another one of those creatures on the tree. To my knowledge, there's only the 2 of them. Not sure if there's any more of these things anywhere else. Oh yeah, this is going to take a bit of work. Whoops. What it's doing now is casting a miracle that's going to slow me down. that I can cancel by killing it. You can see that ever so slight glow behind that bush. And I get this giant off of me. There we go. That's an NPC summon sign. She's a really big help in this boss fight. Like I said, this boss fight is not... It's not one of the more dangerous ones in the game, not by a long shot. But if you don't have a particularly good ranged attack, she is very important. Now, time to go visit a beautiful and probably rare creature, and then kill it. Yeah, Dark Souls. So the entire boss fight takes place on this bridge. And that's the boss. It will shoot magic at me. Beatrice, please start shooting your magic at it. I'm really lucky that missed. That would have done a lot of damage since I wasn't blocking. If for whatever reason you can't summon Beatrice, or she gets killed, or you just don't want to summon her and you don't have good ranged options, this moth thing will... Ooh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt a whole lot. Will eventually land on the wall and give you the... You'll have a chance to attack it. But if you stay too close for too long, it will explode and do a lot of damage. In fact, that's what it's doing right now. And I am... This is probably not a good idea, because... Yeah, it's already getting ready to explode. I'm just gonna be really greedy here. Oh, please kill it. Got it. If it blew up there, it probably would have killed me. So that's the first boss soul we've ever received. And you can do two things with those. You can either consume them for experience. That was unneeded. Whoops. Which I don't recommend doing. Or you can turn them into boss weapons, or in some cases shields. This one can be turned into a weapon and a shield. Unfortunately, most of the weapons just aren't very good. There's a couple that are worth making. The shields are worth making. I don't recommend consuming the experience because, I don't know, it just seems a little wasteful. I like to collect things and have neat things, so I frequently make the boss weapons even if I'm not going to use them. You notice the stream is still lagging from time to time. Not sure why it's doing that. So that Watchtower basement key will let us fight a fairly dangerous enemy that we can already get to because we have the Master Key. But if you didn't have the Master Key, that's how you can get to fight Havel the Rock and get his ring, which will let you carry even more gear. And we may fight him today, I think. For now, I'm going to go further through this forested area and get a few more of the items that are in here. And hopefully I'm not going to get myself killed in the process. Really wish I could target that giant while he's lying down. Well, this thing right here I can target. Sort of. Oh, stop that. That's the button I want. If I get too close, there's actually two giants there that'll both get up, and two of these. I kind of want to pull them back carefully. Oh yeah, they have quite the reach. See if I can do the same thing with the giant and get just one giant. Doesn't look like I can. Okay, well, let's move forward carefully. Come on. There we go. Just one. Perfect. They will drop their sword and shield, I believe, but they're pretty rare. And you can't get their armor set. I wonder if they go to cast that spell, just put two hands on your weapon and exploit the opening as best you can. Is that another plant creature right there? Yeah, that is. Come on, wakey wakey. There we go. Oh, one more plant creature. There we go. Doesn't matter that I woke up the giant at the same time. Wow, it's really great when they cooperate by just trying to do that. It could be pretty dangerous if they don't do that. This is the Elite Knight's gear. It's not the same as the Knight's gear for the Knight's class. It looks slightly different, and it is better. I'll just show you what it looks like, and let's compare it to what I'm wearing. Oh! Nope, let's deal with the giant that I didn't realize I'd woken up. That could have been bad. Thank you. Okay, let's stop being greedy. Okay, that was very lucky. Wow, I really need to clean this up. So, the numbers in blue are improvements, numbers of red are losses, and the white is it stays the same. So it's heavier, the individual protections aren't as good, but it has more poise and more bleed resistance. Poise is the ability to take a hit and not get staggered by it. To be fair, this armor is as good as it is because I've enchanted it to +3. This was also +3. Probably be better. Or at least the same. Probably a little bit better. But just so you can see what the outfit looks like, because I actually rather like this, with the exception of the helmet. Because I don't like most helmets. Rather like the appearance of that. However, we would be back to heavy roll. Or tactical falling. That's actually why we're not wearing gloves. By taking off the gloves, I save just enough weight so we roll like that. There's another giant or two down this way, as well as several of these things. It's the only area where these creatures show up. Yeah, that's not a tree. It's not dangerous, but I think you do have to kill it to get past it. And it's creepy as heck looking. Which is a terrible reason to kill something, honestly. But it can move around a little bit and block this passageway, I believe. So it's best to get rid of it. Now I'm going to hug the wall, because if I just go it that way, I think I wake up another giant. And I have to fight a whole bunch more of those weird lizard frog creature things. Come on, where are you? There they are. Ouch. Oh, they hit reasonably hard. That's what this is for. That green blossom, by the way, increases your stamina regen. Pretty useful little consumable item. Yeah, this way. They really are cooperating with me today. It's kind of nice. But this is what I was after. Now, it is possible to make that jump, but if you miss, you fall down and you die. And I have a lot of experience on me, and if you die before you can pick your experience back up, you lose it all. I'm finally going to take off this terrible blue ring that I've had on for a while. In the initial playthrough that I did on stream, I forgot to pick this up. If you get extremely low on hit points, your defense goes up. Not by a lot. Realistically, the next hit's still going to kill you. This thing, on the other hand, improves your poise by... My poise is 33. When I put this on, it becomes 73. 40 is a good benchmark to aim for all by itself. Means you're not going to be staggered by the first small, light hit, essentially. And while I'm wearing that wolf ring, I will have this glow effect around my character. I'm not going to be permanently wearing that, but it is going to be one of my go-to rings. For the time being, I think once I get Havel's ring, I'm going to be wearing that so I can put my gloves on. Eventually I'll be able to do the medium roll without Havel's ring, which is good because there's a ring I want eventually that will increase the power of my miracles. Okay, that's dead. It's just twitching around the ground. I was like, wait, did I miss one? It's another one of those creepy trees, by the way. Be able to get past that one, though. Oh, right, I forgot these are all back. And there's an item I frequently miss on the way down this way because you can't see it coming from the other direction. It's hidden by this rock. This game has a lot in common with a bunch of older games in that, in addition to the hidden doors, there is a fair amount of going back and forth. For now, that's all on foot, but in time we'll be able to teleport around between specific... You can teleport from any bonfire to a specific list of other bonfires.
My, that's a rare ember you have there. I've seen one of those before. It's the ember of a divine blacksmith. Might you consider leaving that with me? I could produce divine weapons with a flame such as that.
So again, just always give them the embers.
Thanks for that. You've made a fine decision. You soon shall see.
Ah, right. So, right now it's only looking to turn +5s to +6s. I have to go across the top. Now, there, it'll let me turn my Claymore into a Divine Claymore. So again, red means the stat is going down, blue means it's going up. So my base damage is going to drop from 154 to 105, but I'm going to gain 127 magic damage. The plus, by the way, is the modification coming from my stats. The letters down at the bottom are how well it scales, how much it benefits from the various stats. The best being S, then it goes A, B, C, D, and I think there's E. So this is now a base level divine weapon. I believe it is now already better than my Astora's Straight Sword. So let's take a quick comparison there. Oh yeah. Yeah. Quite a bit, in fact. It doesn't scale quite as well with Strength and Dex, which is why that 18 becomes a 7. But that's more than made up for by the rest of the benefits. And it is slightly heavier, so that may cause us encumbrance problems. Yep, I'm back to the heavy roll. Okay. Don't need this for now. Not good enough. Guess we take off the helmet for now. There we go. Did I put the gauntlets back on, I wonder? Nope. Yeah, let's go pay Havel a visit next. Get my Estus back. And actually, let's spend some of this experience. And we will spend it on some more endurance, which increases stamina and carry capacity. Yeah, let's just... Not going to spend it all. There, I want to save 10,000 to spend at a merchant. Let's see how much more gear I can put on. A little bit, actually. I might be able to put... Should be able to definitely put this back on. Don't know that I'm going to be able to put the clothes back on, but I might be able to. I don't think so. I think I need to be a little over 70. Oh, no. No, wow, okay. Nice. The math, by the way, is equip load. The first number is what you have equipped. Second number is your total carry capacity. Has to be half. And yeah, definitely under half. If you're under 25%, you roll faster. A lot of people really like that. And if you're good at it, it's really good. The more armor you wear, the slower you move, but the fewer mistakes you can survive. I have used the fast roll on other characters. On this one, I'm fine with medium. I'm rarely willing to just run around using the heavy roll all the time. But there are some boss fights where I will equip the heaviest armor I have. To the point where I can't roll, where if I hit the roll button, I'll just stun myself. I don't care. I may as well show you part of what we're going to do a little later. get off the elevator a little early. And see if I can make this roll. Nice, made it. That is one of the jumps that was difficult, if not impossible, to make with an increased frame rate. You could use mods to increase this game's frame rate up to 60, but that changed a lot of things with how things worked. So I need that key, because we are going back to the asylum eventually, and our friend there is going to give us another lift. But for now, I'm going to get down from here. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Something snoring here. Well, we've rung one of the chime bells of awakening. And, oh yeah, him. Talk to him too. Never did talk to this guy, but if I did, he'd tell us that there's not one but two bells of awakening. Something will happen when you ring the second one. He doesn't tell you what, because he doesn't know.
Well, I see you made it out. I have my pyromancy of the Great Swamp, so I can usually manage with a bit of care. Oh yeah, by the way, I can share my spells with you. I think you have a knack for it. All you need are the materials. I'll be pleased to help you. And unless you find the magic's unsavory.
Again, this is the only NPC that I know of where the answer to the question is no. Because if you say yes, he assumes you find magic unsavory. Oh, sorry. But if you change your mind, let me know.
Yeah, wonderful. I'm sure that, they'll be of some use, some assistance. Here, first take this. A flame from the Great Swamp. Now you're a fully fledged pyromancer. Why, let's get started right now.
So, he'll improve this thing much like improving weapons, but you only have to spend experience. And he sells the various pyromancy spells. Pyromancy is the only magic in the game.
Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go all alone.
That doesn't rely on one of your stats. It only relies on that flame. Yeah. Definitely increased damage. Nice. So the Claymore has almost the same moveset as the sword we were using, but it has a much better reach and it hits harder. If I were a better player, I would just run past all these and ignore them, but that usually leads to me taking a lot of damage and dying in embarrassing ways. So, one of them actually hit me as I was attacking, but my poise stat allowed me to take the hit and keep swinging. I'm going to briefly rest at this bonfire because there's a fair chance that Havel's going to kill me. I can usually handle him, but he hits remarkably hard. I don't need to kill this one. I just wanted to do that. Am I back to heavy rolling? Yep. Wow, the bow. The bow is the line. Okay, that's fine. I won't be having it equipped for very long anyways. Yeah, that will sometimes happen. I don't know that they'll come down here after me, though. Well, I guess we're going to find out together. The ones with the spears almost always keep their guard up. I just decided to power through it. Yeah, I'm being needlessly sloppy, but it's because I have all 5 heal spells and I won't be using them in the coming fight. Okay, let's get that bow unequipped. So I can move a little better. Let's also this stuff out of here. I want to be able to very quickly switch between the 2 items that will actually heal me. This is a door that the very first stream I said we would be going through for a little while. Finally ready to go through it. So I used the key I picked up after killing the moth, or the butterfly, or whatever that was. I didn't have to. If I only had the master key will open that door. That club is a dragon's tooth. Avel ripped it out of the head of a dragon and now wields it as a club. And you can't get that as a weapon, but not for a little while yet. Yeah, the best way to beat this guy is basically circle around him, wait for an attack, and then backstab him. Because if that club hits me like that, it's going to use up a lot of my stamina to block it. If I had a lesser shield, it might have used up all of my stamina, broke my guard, and then his next attack would completely flatten me. Yeah, he took very little damage. Yeah, he did a lot of damage there. And in the process, he took very little. Now I need to get away from him so I can heal. There we go. His next hit would absolutely have killed me for sure. There we go. I think that's got him. Yeah. Avel's Ring. So my maximum carry capacity right now is 69.6. Put on Havel's Ring, 104.4. There we go. Yeah, I'm not ready to fight what's on the other side of that door out there. Claymore is definitely one of my favorite weapons in the game. It's got a really great reach. It's got a nice sweeping attack, and it's a straightforward thrust attack for close quarters like this, where you'll sometimes just hit the wall instead. She's a little strange, but I like her. So, we're gonna buy... hopefully 4 of those will be... yeah, that should, hopefully that'll be plenty. And we're gonna buy some poison arrows. Yeah, I really like her. She's fun. There he is. The NPCs will do that back to you, by the way. If they can hit you through a wall, they absolutely will. In this instance, it's only fair that you can both do it. Oh, yeah. On the original streams, I didn't have the key I needed in Lower Undeadburg to rescue this guy. This time around I did. I remembered and bought the key, and I rescued him. He was, I was outside a locked door, and he was saying, "Somebody help, please." Just know I was able to help. This is just the people that this guy was waiting for. This is the priestess in charge of the lot. And they're all just kind of really rude to you, which I can't be bothered to talk to them. The priestess isn't. She just, I have my mission, I'm sure you have yours. So, on the way up this elevator, you can just walk against the wall here and you'll get off where you need to. If you're coming down, don't do that, because the point where you can finally step forward is high enough up that you will die. And no, I did not find this out organically. I read how to do this. It makes no sense, but it's amusing. Now the stream doesn't seem to have frozen lately, which is good. Things are not entirely how we left this place. One thing, these jerks sure as heck weren't here last time. You may notice I take a little bit of damage when they hit me with that torch, even though I'm blocking. Because different shields block different amounts of different types of attacks. So this one blocks 100% of physical, most of fire, half of lightning. And it's bad against magic. Overall, though, it is a pretty good shield. Now, if I just run straight across the other set of doors, that floor will collapse out from underneath me. And I'll have to fight a very powerful boss that I'll probably try and fight while we're here, but for now I don't want to. Kindling this bonfire seems completely useless, except that any bonfires you kindle so that they give more healing potions remain kindled when you go into New Game Plus. Now we're going to meet someone we saw before, but they're not doing very good. And they're kind of angry. Last time we were in that room, he was lying down dying. He gave us a key and our Estus flask. He has gone hollow and lost his mind. Now just a raging undead. It's also pretty dangerous too. He fights a lot like a player. See if I can get a bit of cover to heal. Whoa. Okay, not entirely like a flare. A flare would have really capitalized on that. But much better than a normal zombie. And we get his shield. Which is very good against magic. Blocks 80% of incoming magic. Oh, actually, another thing about shields real quick. The stability stat is how much stamina you're going to take when you... stamina damage you're going to take when you block. Blocking consumes stamina. The higher this number, the less stamina is used. Yeah, this way first. First time I came back here, I didn't realize that the boulder was back. By the way, these marks are what pass for tutorial. I love this game, but it does have its flaws. One of its flaws is it has terrible tutorials. I was able to largely ignore that guy because the spear wielders tend to be a little bit more cautious. The best way to deal with them really is just to kick their shield out of the way and then stab them. This, the key that I picked up on the roof the first time I jumped off the elevator, opens that door. So you can come back here without that key, but you can't get anything done. This is a major reason why we came back. Improves balance on poor footing. Yeah, another flaw. Those descriptions don't tell you much. Not much at all. What that actually does is if you're in water or anything equivalent to water, you can maintain your footing. Couple more things in here before I try fighting that demon. Hi. Ouch. Ouch. I was hoping to target him and back away so I could block. Here we go. He is somewhat more dangerous to fight in a confined space like this. I'd really like to get a backstab off. So if we're just whooping on him a bit. Change in elevation is probably also making it hard to backstab him. Let's heal again. Good. Oh, that sucked. That was a backstab. Yeah, it was the change in elevation that was doing it. So the red Titanite chunk, if memory serves, it's for one of the other weapon upgrade paths. I want to say it's fire. Might be magic. Though I think blue is magic. This is what I was talking about. Walking around in this water, I'm slow because it's up to my knees. I move around at normal speed in the water. I don't need it for that tiny puddle, though. I'm kind of going the wrong way. I think. Hard to tell. Ooh, yeah, I was going the wrong way. Okay, that's fine. Whoop. Here we go. Another Black Knight. And that's the room we started in. Also, that is not the guy we fought and killed when we left here. Well, that was really sloppy of me. I didn't think he noticed me. Okay, let's try this again without... Ooh. Oh boy. Yeah, it's hard to tell looking through the bars and a couple of pillars, but that looks a great deal like the demon we fought on our way out of the asylum, but it is not the same demon. It's bigger, meaner sibling, I guess you could say. We need that weird doll to go into one of the areas later in the game that you don't actually have to go into, but I like it, so...